Have you ever stood up from a chair and felt your legs tremble just a little? Maybe your arms felt heavier than usual when you reached for something. Or perhaps crossing a room, something you once did without thinking, suddenly demands more effort than it should. There's no sharp pain, no dramatic warning, just a quiet, almost invisible sense that your body isn't as strong as it used to be. Most people call it aging and shrug it off. But what if that's not the full story? Have you ever felt your legs betray you without warning? No pain, no alarm, but something inside is changing. Let's uncover the silent thief. What if the real reason behind your growing weakness isn't just time passing, but a small, almost invisible habit you're doing every single day without even realizing it? And what if that habit is silently stealing your strength, your balance, and eventually your independence? You see, as someone who has spent over a decade helping older adults reclaim their vitality, I've learned one powerful truth. Weakness doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in quietly, slowly, until one day you realize that carrying groceries feels heavier, standing up takes more effort, and the stairs look just a little bit steeper. But here's the good news. You have the power to stop it. And today, we're going to reveal the 10 everyday habits that could be slowly and silently breaking down your muscles without you even knowing. If you've ever wondered why you're feeling less energetic or noticed subtle changes in your strength, this is the video you cannot afford to miss. Before we dive deeper, take a moment right now, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and comment below. Have you ever noticed these silent changes in your body? I truly want to hear your experience. Because recognizing the early signs is the very first step toward protecting your freedom, your strength, and your future. Now, let's begin with the very first hidden habit, one that almost everyone falls for without realizing the damage it's causing. Habit 1. Staying still after meals. You just finished a satisfying meal. Maybe it's your favorite dish, and your stomach feels full and content. It's tempting to sink into the couch, scroll through your phone, or even drift into a short nap. After all, you've earned a little rest, right? But here's the silent danger. What if that comforting stillness is actually stealing your strength, meal after meal? Feeling tired after meals is common, but staying still could accelerate your muscle loss without you even noticing. You see, digestion is a highly active process. After you eat, your body works hard to break down food and transport nutrients to where they're needed most, especially your muscles. Movement acts like a gentle pump that enhances blood circulation, ensuring that the vitamins, minerals, and proteins from your meal reach your muscle fibers efficiently. But when you sit or, even worse, lie down after eating, that circulation slows dramatically. As a result, nutrients aren't absorbed properly. Blood sugar spikes stay higher and longer. Fat begins to accumulate where muscle repair should happen. Over time, this habit doesn't just affect digestion. It weakens your lower body strength, stiffens your joints, and fuels sarcopenia, the gradual, silent loss of muscle mass that robs so many seniors of their independence. From my experience helping older adults for over a decade, I can tell you this. It's often not the big injuries that take away freedom. It's the small daily habits, repeated over years, that quietly chip away at strength until even standing up becomes a challenge. The good news? You don't have to run a marathon after every meal. Just a simple 5 to 10 minute walk around the house, a few standing stretches, or even folding laundry can work wonders. These small activities help boost circulation, improve nutrient absorption, and keep your muscles engaged and ready to rebuild. So next time you finish eating, resist the urge to collapse into stillness. Choose to move even just a little, because every step you take after a meal is an investment in your future mobility, your strength, and your independence. And speaking of silent threats, let's now explore another everyday habit that seems harmless but could be draining your vitality even faster than you realize. Habit 2. Sitting for long periods without moving. You might think sitting down is harmless, a simple way to rest, recover, and relax. But what if I told you that the very act of staying seated for too long is quietly eroding your strength, 1 minute at a time? Even if you exercise daily, sitting too long could wipe away all your efforts. Here's why movement matters more than you think. Your body was designed for motion, not for hours of stillness. When you sit for long periods, especially without moving or stretching, your muscles receive a silent but dangerous message. We don't need you anymore. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, your muscles, especially those critical for balance and mobility, like your legs, hips, and core, begin to weaken. It's not something you feel after one afternoon of watching TV or reading. But day after day, week after week, this habit chips away at your strength until even small tasks, standing up from a chair, walking across the room, climbing stairs, start feeling harder. Research from the journals of gerontology has shown a direct link between prolonged sitting and faster muscle loss, greater risk of falls, and increased frailty, particularly in adults over 60. From my own years of working with seniors, I've witnessed firsthand how quickly independence can slip away, not from dramatic injuries, but from the silent decay caused by inactivity. The solution doesn't have to be drastic. You don't need to overhaul your day or hit the gym for hours. Small, mindful changes are enough. Stand up every 30 to 40 minutes. Stretch your arms above your head. March in place while waiting for your coffee to brew. Walk around the house during phone calls. Every small movement tells your muscles, we still need you. Don't let stillness steal your strength. Choose to move, even if just for a minute. Because with every step, every stretch, you're building a stronger, more resilient future for yourself. And speaking of simple actions that make a big difference, let's look at another surprising mistake many people make first thing in the morning, a habit that could be quietly starving your muscles of the fuel they desperately need. Habit 3. Skipping breakfast or eating the wrong breakfast. Might seem like a small thing, especially on those mornings when you're rushing, feeling groggy, or just not very hungry. But what if I told you that missing your morning meal or choosing the wrong one is setting your muscles up for slow, steady decline? Skipping breakfast or starting your day with the wrong foods might quietly starve your muscles when they need nourishment the most. After a full night's sleep, your body has gone anywhere from 7 to 9 hours without any nutrients. Your muscles, which work tirelessly even as you rest, wake up in a fragile, fasted state, ready for repair and renewal. Breakfast is not just about energy, it's about signaling to your muscles, you are supported. It's time to rebuild. But when you skip it, or worse, when you grab a sugary pastry or just a cup of coffee, you leave your muscles trapped in a destructive cycle called catabolism. Without proper fuel, your body starts to break down its own muscle tissue to find the energy it desperately needs. Over time, this habit leads to weaker legs, slower recovery, and greater risk of falls and injuries. I've seen it over and over again in my years working with older adults. Those who consistently nourish their muscles first thing in the morning stay stronger, more energetic, and more independent. And it doesn't have to be complicated. A simple breakfast like a boiled egg with whole wheat toast, a bowl of oatmeal topped with chia seeds and banana, or a protein smoothie with peanut butter and milk can make a world of difference. Remember, breakfast isn't about grabbing whatever's convenient. It's about choosing to support the very foundation of your strength. Even something small, when packed with protein and healthy carbs, can transform how you feel throughout the day. Don't let your muscles start the day in survival mode. Feed them, protect them, honor the incredible work they do for you every single moment. And speaking of small morning mistakes that can have big consequences, let's dive into another silent threat, one that creeps in during the hours you spend sitting still, quietly draining your strength if you're not careful. Habit 4. Not getting enough sleep. Might seem harmless at first glance. After all, many older adults accept poor sleep as just another part of aging. But what if I told you that losing even a few hours of deep rest could quietly sabotage your muscles' ability to heal, rebuild, and stay strong? Sleep isn't a luxury. It's the secret weapon your muscles are begging for. Are you giving it to them? While you sleep, your body launches a critical repair process. Hormones like growth hormone surge, helping your muscles recover from daily wear and tear, replenishing energy stores, and strengthening connective tissues. But without enough quality sleep, especially deep sleep, this vital repair barely happens. Instead, your muscles remain inflamed, fatigued, and vulnerable to faster breakdown. Over time, lack of sleep leads not just to daytime tiredness, but to real, measurable muscle loss. Studies published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism reveal that sleeping fewer than 6 hours a night dramatically reduces growth hormone production, crippling your body's natural ability to rebuild muscle tissue. From my decade of working closely with seniors, I've seen how sleep deprivation accelerates not only weakness but also increases the risk of falls, slower wound healing, and even chronic diseases. The good news? You can reclaim your sleep without complicated routines. Start by setting a consistent bedtime and wake-up time, even on weekends. Avoid bright screens and stimulating activities an hour before bed. Instead, create a calming ritual. Drink herbal tea, stretch gently, or listen to soft music. Make your bedroom a sanctuary, cool, dark, and quiet. And most importantly, treat sleep as a non-negotiable part of your health, not an afterthought. Your muscles are counting on you to give them the restoration they need. Don't let poor sleep quietly undo all your efforts to stay strong and independent. And speaking of essential building blocks for strong muscles, let's now uncover another silent but dangerous mistake. One that many seniors make at the dinner table without even realizing it. Habit 5. Not eating enough protein. Not eating enough protein is one of the most overlooked mistakes when it comes to maintaining strength as we age. Most people still think protein is only important for bodybuilders or athletes. But here's the truth. Without enough daily protein, your body simply cannot repair and rebuild your muscles, no matter how active you are. Protein isn't just for building muscles. It's your lifeline to staying mobile, balanced, and independent after 60. As you grow older, your body naturally loses muscle faster, a process called sarcopenia. Without enough high-quality protein in your meals, this decline accelerates, silently weakening your legs, hips, and core, the very muscles that keep you standing tall and steady. I've seen it time and time again. Older adults who think a bowl of porridge or a piece of toast is enough for breakfast, soup and crackers for lunch, and a small serving of rice for dinner. These meals might fill your stomach, but they starve your muscles. According to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, adults over 60 should aim for 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight each day. For a 65-kilogram senior, that's about 80 to 100 grams daily, far more than what most are currently getting. The best part? Increasing your protein doesn't have to be hard or expensive. Start with small steps. Add an egg to your breakfast, snack on Greek yogurt, include chicken, fish, or beans with your main meals. Even a protein-rich smoothie with peanut butter, oats, and banana can be a game changer. The key is consistency. Every meal, every day, feeding your body the building blocks it desperately needs. Think of protein not just as food, but as fuel for your future independence. Every bite is an investment in strength, balance, and resilience. And speaking of hidden threats to muscle health, let's now turn to another quiet danger. A common habit that many people think helps them recover faster, but could actually be sabotaging their body's ability to heal and grow stronger. Habit 6. Overusing painkillers and anti-inflammatory medications. May feel like a harmless part of your daily routine, but it could be quietly sabotaging your muscles from the inside out. It's easy to understand why. When you're sore, stiff, or aching, reaching for a familiar pill feels like the simplest solution. But here's the hidden cost you might not realize. Painkillers may soothe today's discomfort, but they could be silently stealing tomorrow's strength. When you move, exercise, or even perform daily tasks, your muscles naturally develop tiny micro-tears. This is not damage, it's growth. Your body uses this opportunity to rebuild your muscles stronger and more resilient. A little natural inflammation is a critical part of this healing process. But when you regularly suppress that response with anti-inflammatory medications, you interfere with your muscles' ability to recover and rebuild. Studies, including research published in the Journal of Applied Physiology, show that long-term use of nonsteroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, NSAIDs, suppresses muscle protein synthesis, the very process needed to restore strength and vitality. From my years working closely with seniors, I've seen how the overuse of painkillers doesn't just blunt pain. It slowly dulls the body's ability to repair itself, leading to weaker muscles, slower healing, and increased risk of falls and fractures. Now, this doesn't mean you should never use medication. Pain management is essential, especially after surgeries or injuries. But if pills have become your everyday go-to, it's time to reconsider. Gentle alternatives like warm compresses, Epsom salt baths, turmeric supplements, light stretching, and mindful movement can ease discomfort without disrupting your natural healing. Always consult your healthcare provider before making changes, but remember, your body was built with an extraordinary capacity to heal, if you allow it to. Don't silence your body's cries for repair with another pill. Listen carefully and support its healing wisdom. And speaking of silent damage, let's now expose another sneaky culprit, one that's lurking right on your plate, hidden in foods that seem innocent but could be draining your strength meal after meal. Habit 7. Eating foods that silently damage your muscles. Eating foods that silently damage your muscles might be one of the most surprising threats to your strength. You may be doing your exercises, drinking water, and trying your best. But if the food on your plate is working against you, your muscles are still suffering silently. Not all foods that taste good are safe. Some are slowly poisoning your muscles every single day. Are they on your plate? Many everyday foods, some even labeled as healthy, fuel chronic inflammation, hinder muscle recovery, and drain your energy faster than you realize. Sugary soft drinks, processed meats like sausages and deli slices, white bread, pastries, fried foods, and salty snacks all seem harmless in small amounts. But over time, they create a toxic environment inside your body where muscles can't thrive. These foods spike your blood sugar, overstimulate insulin, and flood your system with inflammatory compounds. Your muscles, already under pressure from aging, struggle to repair themselves against this chemical storm. I've seen many older adults frustrated because they're moving regularly, but their bodies aren't getting stronger, and often, the hidden culprit lies in their daily meals. The good news? You don't have to cut everything at once or eat bland food forever. Small, consistent swaps can turn the tide. Replace white bread with whole grains. Trade sugary drinks for water infused with lemon or cucumber. Choose fresh meats or legumes over processed deli cuts. Add anti-inflammatory champions like olive oil, berries, spinach, and turmeric into your meals. Even just shifting one food choice at a time protects your muscles, supports faster recovery, and builds a stronger, more resilient you. Remember, every meal is an opportunity to either feed your strength or fuel your decline. Choose wisely, not perfectly, but consistently better. And speaking of hidden mistakes that weaken muscles, let's now turn to another critical factor, one that most people overlook completely, yet plays a massive role in your body's ability to stay flexible, energized, and resilient. Habit 8. Avoiding strength exercises. Avoiding strength exercises might seem harmless, even sensible if you're worried about injury or feeling too tired. But what if skipping resistance work is quietly eroding the very muscles that keep you mobile, independent, and strong? What if avoiding one simple exercise could steal your ability to stand up, climb stairs, and live freely? The truth is, after the age of 30, we all start losing muscle mass naturally, about 3 to 5% per decade. After 60, this loss accelerates if we don't actively fight it. When you avoid challenging your muscles, even in gentle ways, your body interprets that lack of use as a signal. These muscles aren't needed anymore. And like an unused machine left to rust, your strength slowly fades. You may not notice it right away. You may still walk fine, still lift light groceries, still feel okay. But little by little, tasks that once felt effortless start to feel heavier. Chairs seem lower. Stairs seem steeper. Balance feels shakier. From my years working closely with older adults, I can tell you, it's often not aging itself that steals independence. It's the loss of muscle strength left unchallenged. The good news? You don't have to lift heavy weights or spend hours in the gym. Just 2 simple strength sessions a week, using your own body weight, resistance bands, or light dumbbells, can make a world of difference. Even daily activities like standing up from a chair without using your hands, doing gentle wall push-ups, or practicing holding a squat position can stimulate your muscles and tell your body, we still need this strength. Start small. Focus on form, control, and breathing. Every gentle challenge you give your muscles is an investment in your balance, your stamina, and your future freedom. And speaking of small habits with big impacts, let's now dive into another crucial factor that's often forgotten, but absolutely essential for keeping your muscles energized and flexible: hydration. Habit 10. Staying inactive after meals. Staying inactive after meals might seem like a harmless habit, a well-deserved moment to relax after eating. But what if that moment of stillness was quietly working against your body, draining your strength one meal at a time? You eat a full meal, and then sit back, scroll your phone, or watch TV. It feels comforting. But what's happening inside your body tells a very different story. After you eat, your body needs active circulation to digest food efficiently, move nutrients into your muscles, and stabilize your blood sugar. Movement, even light movement, acts like a pump that assists this process. But when you sit or lie down right after eating, your digestion slows dramatically, your blood sugar spikes higher and stays longer, and your muscles miss the critical opportunity to absorb vital nutrients. Over time, this pattern contributes to fat accumulation, muscle weakening, sluggish metabolism, and even greater fatigue. From my experience coaching older adults, I've noticed that the simple habit of gentle movement after meals often separates those who stay energetic and resilient from those who feel heavier, stiffer, and weaker as the years go by. The solution is beautifully simple. After each meal, take just 5 to 10 minutes to move gently. Walk around the house, wash a few dishes, stand and stretch your arms. Move slowly and intentionally. Even this minimal movement can boost digestion, stabilize blood sugar, and help shuttle essential nutrients to your muscles, supporting their repair and growth. Think of post-meal movement not as exercise, but as a gentle act of self-care that pays off in better energy, improved strength, and lasting independence. Don't let the comfort of the couch steal what your meal worked so hard to give you. And now that you've uncovered all 10 silent habits that quietly weaken your muscles over time, it's time to ask yourself, which one will you change first to reclaim your strength, your vitality, and your freedom? Sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass with age, doesn't announce itself with loud warning bells. It sneaks in silently, hidden behind everyday habits we hardly think about. One of the most damaging habits? Prolonged periods of inactivity. Even small acts of stillness, sitting for hours without moving, lounging after meals, skipping basic strength exercises, can quietly trigger muscle loss and steal your independence over time. Many seniors believe muscle weakness is inevitable, something that simply comes with aging. But the truth is, much of it can be prevented, or at least significantly slowed, by making intentional daily choices. Your muscles are like engines. They require regular use, proper fuel, and enough recovery to stay strong and flexible. When you stop using them, by sitting too long, avoiding resistance movements, or neglecting hydration and nutrition, your body gets the message that those muscles are no longer needed. And slowly but surely, strength fades away. I've seen it firsthand throughout my years of working with older adults. People who stay gently active, prioritize protein, stay hydrated, and move after meals tend to maintain strength, balance, and vitality well into their 70s, 80s, and beyond. It's not about working harder, it's about moving smarter. Today is your opportunity to break the cycle. Even small changes, standing up and stretching every 30 minutes, adding a little extra protein to your meals, walking for 5 minutes after eating, can protect and rebuild the strength that keeps you independent and vibrant. If this message resonates with you, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more senior health tips, and share your experience in the comments below. Have you noticed small changes in your strength lately? What's one habit you're ready to change today? Your story might inspire someone else to take their first step toward a stronger, healthier future. Together, let's protect the freedom that only strength can bring.